Yo, what's up, sports bettors? 6 more player props for today, and we're going to be looking once again at this platform called Parlay Play. So it's a new competitor to Prize Picks. I signed up, just a few months ago. In these videos, I'm just showing you where I'm finding value, where I'm finding an edge, and all the plays I've given out on Twitter, on YouTube, every single bet that I've made on Parlay Play, currently up $2,216 in profit. And again, I just show what I'm putting my own money on. Sometimes I find more plays on Prize Picks. Sometimes I find more value on Parlay Play. It really depends on the given day, right? You never know which sportsbook is going to slip up and offer profitable bets. So let's go through this video very briefly. My first play is right here. It's from the OddsJam Positive EV tool, right? So the Positive EV tool is pretty simple. Positive expected value. It just means profitable. And in the case of Parlay Play, what this means is you just want to take these bets in bold and in green, and I'll kind of explain why here in a second. But if you look at Zach Greinke, right, all of the sports books, every single one, granted, all these books have slightly different odds from one another. Again, every sports book sets lines independently. So you're going to see all these sports books are posting odds on Zach Greinke over under 3.5 strikeouts. And every single sports book, Caesars, they've been ripping odds lower. If you just click on an odd, you're going to see they've moved Greinke's under from minus 133 15 hours ago all the way down to minus 183. So clearly action has been coming in, an unbalanced amount of action has been coming in on his under, as his under has gone from only minus 133 to being a minus 183 favorite. So now it's a much bigger favorite, right? So essentially the reason this play is profitable on Parlay Play is pretty simple. All of the sports books have Greinke's under heavily favored, right? DraftKings has moved his odds from, minus 135 all the way to minus 155 now. So all of the sports books have his under favored, right? So we know the under is the more likely outcome. So the way that Parlay Play works is they don't change your payout. So if I just zoom out a bit, right, they don't change your payout based on you selecting overs versus unders. It's what I call a fixed payout platform. So any 6 picks you select, doesn't matter if you take all unders, all overs, golf picks, baseball picks, whatever. You're always getting this payout. You go 6 for 6, you get a 25x payout. You go 5 for 6, you get a 2.5x payout. You go 4 for 6, you get a 0.5x payout. You're always getting the exact same payout structure. So basically, the way this platform makes money is they assume you're horrible at sports betting and have no advantage, right? Because if you have no advantage, you're going to win 50% of your over-unders, you're going to lose 50%. Right? You're going to go 50%, 50%. You're going to hit 50%, lose 50%. Right? That's having no advantage. You're going to select these over-unders correctly 50% of the time. It's kind of like predicting if a coin is going to show up heads versus tails. It's 50-50. So, long story short, if you have no advantage, you're unsurprisingly going to lose money on Parlay Play. And the reason is on this platform, right? So if we go back to Parlay Play, platform I've been able to run up 2.2K profit on, and you're going to see they only have maximum bet sizes of $60. So I haven't even been betting large amounts of money. I've just, built it up slowly but surely. There's a lot of value on this platform. But Parlay Play, right? This is a platform where if you're hitting 50% of your picks, you're going to lose money. You have to win if you just break down the math, and I'll include the spreadsheet in the description so you guys can take a look and you can play around with the numbers. But on this platform, if you're winning less than 53.22% of your picks, you're going to be unprofitable. So even if you have a slight advantage, right? Even if you have a slight advantage and you can get 52% right, 48% wrong, you're still going to lose money on this platform, right? You got to win over 53.22% of your picks. So obviously, if we go back to OddsJam, if we're looking at Zach Greinke's strikeout line, this is a fixed payout platform. They're not changing our payout based on us selecting over versus under. So obviously for Greinke, we'd rather take his under on Parlay Play. The under is the favored outcome. There are literally dozens of data points. All of these sportsbooks posting odds. It's not just like there's one, there's a ton. Caesars has the under almost at minus 200, minus 183 they have it at. So the under is heavily favored. The average price on the under is minus 142 odds. So all these sportsbooks, every data point, Fliff, Caesars, WinBet, FanDuel, they're all telling you Greinke's a lot more likely to go under as opposed to over. So because Parlay Play is a platform where they don't change your payout based on you selecting over versus under, we know we'd rather include his under in our entry. right? And essentially, you just need to make sure the pick is winning at least 53.22% of the time, which you can see it is. So OddsJam has this betting tool. It's called the fantasy optimizer. And again, like some people will ask, hey, why can't you do a video on prize picks today? Is literally, I wake up, I pull up all these platforms, I hunt for value in the market. Right now, there's not much value on prize picks. There's no plays in green, right? The plays in green are the profitable bets. Right now, there's not much opportunity on prize picks, just a little on no house advantage. But again, I'm just showing you guys where I'm finding value, where I'm finding an edge, the profitable bets I'm placing. And today, there's a lot more value on parlay play. So what you're going to see is Greinke's under is 57.3% to hit. And this isn't based on any, BS. This is literally based on sportsbook odds, right? Like, very simple. If a team is minus 200 to win, just as an example, so if we head over to the NBA, I'm actually curious what the lines are for Nuggets Lakers. So you're going to see the Nuggets are favored to win the game, right? But the Celtics are bigger favorites, right? So if we actually go back here, the Nuggets are favored, right? The Celtics are favored, and Zach Greinke's under is favored. But there's different scales of favored. So, right, like the betting market is telling you the Celtics are minus 250. So they're bigger favorites than the Nuggets, who are just minus 187 in game one against the Lakers. So there's a scale, right? So what OddsJam is doing is using sportsbook odds. We know Greinke's under is more likely. So it's kind of like finding a coin weighted in your favor, right? Like we know if on parlay play we're just randomly selecting overs versus unders, we're going to be very unprofitable. We're only going to win 50% of our picks. So essentially you're looking for coins that are weighted in your favor, right? And in this case, it's Greinke's under. All the sportsbooks are telling us, hey, Greinke, he's a lot more likely to go under 3.5 strikeouts as opposed to over. So this is a sharp bet to go with on parlay play, right? And this tool just actually quantifies the win probability based on sportsbook odds. So again, like there's a spectrum of how big of a favorite a team is. So let's say the Nuggets were minus 200 favorites. So you can think about what does minus 200 mean, right? If the Nuggets were minus 200 and the Lakers were plus 200, the Nuggets are 2-1 betting favorites. They're 2/3 to win the game, 66.67% to win the game. That is what the market is telling you. That is what the data is telling you. The Nuggets are 2/3 to win the game. The Lakers are 1/3 to win the game. They're 2-1 underdogs, 1/3 to win the game. If the Nuggets were minus 400, let's say, then they'd be 4-1 betting favorites, 4/5 to win, 80% to win the game, right? So essentially the fantasy optimizer, there's nothing complicated. It's just using sportsbook odds and telling you the win probability for your picks. And again, because on prize picks, parlay play, all these fixed payout platforms, they don't change your payout based on you selecting over versus under. It's very simple, right? It's very simple to back out the payouts. Or, maybe you don't think the math is simple, but it's very simple strategy to beat these platforms. It all boils down to your win rate. If you can win your player prop over-unders on parlay play 53.22% of the time or more, you're going to be profitable. It's that simple. That's all there is to it. So you're just looking for 6 picks that are winning above 53.22% of the time. So these are the first plays I went with. Greinke under 3.5 Ks, Hauser over 1.5 walks, and then Anthony Descalfani over 3.5 strikeouts. Literally just grabbing plays from the fantasy screen. Obviously, I'd rather include his strikeout line as opposed to his hits allowed line because there's a higher win rate. Right? This play is better. It's winning more because sportsbooks have the have the over for his strikeouts more favored than the under for his hits allowed. So those are some of the first plays I went with, and then I can show you, I use the sportsbook screen to find my final play. So if I just pull up player assists, we can run through this play, hopefully pretty briefly once this opens up. So you're going to see, maybe we just call it a day. And again, if any of these lines have moved, I apologize. I don't control when sportsbooks move lines. You can always email me with any questions about the math behind parlay play, or if you need a replacement pick. Like I try to give out the most profitable bets for you guys that I can find. I try to break them down. I try to break down the math behind these platforms, how these platforms work, right? But long story short, I don't control. Sportsbooks can move lines at any time. So if you're watching this YouTube video in an hour, the lines may be slightly different, but the same concepts apply. And that's what's most important. Because again, I'm using the sports books I currently have access to, which was only 6 books. You may have different books, right? So you can see there's a really profitable bet on Tony Bet, Alex Thomas to get a hit. The average line on this is minus 190, and Tony Bet is giving you this play at minus 141. Crazy profitable. So you may be like, Alex, why didn't you give out this play? Well, I don't have Tony Bet, right? This isn't a sports book that's available in my location. So you may have different books, you may use different platforms, all that good stuff. But anyways, Greinke under 3.5 Ks, Descalfani over 3.5 Ks, Hauser over 1.5 walks, Harden under 9 assists, Harris over 21 points plus rebounds plus assists, Brogdon under 22.5 points plus rebounds plus assists. 6 picks on parlay play. Hopefully I explained the math, the strategy. Any questions you have, don't hesitate to reach out. Let's make some money.